Let me show you how to set up these easy Cricut cardstock projects that don't require any intricate cuts. This first project is going to be a print then cut design, and you can find this image in Cricut Design Space, and I will also link to it below. To set the project as a print then cut design, with the image selected, we'll want to go up to the top to Operation, then click Print then Cut in the drop down. You could also just click on Flatten in the bottom right, but if you want to change any colors in the design, do so before flattening. Here you can see that there are multiple layers for each color. Now for this project, I'm also adding an offset so that the cut isn't too close to the wording. So once I select it and hit flatten, I'll go up to the top and click on offset. And I'm just going to add a small outline to the outside. Just playing around with the increments just till I get what I want. And if you get this type of offset where there's holes in the middle, you can just go to contour and remove those, which you'll see in just a second. So we'll just go to contour and click on hide all contours, and that'll just give us a clean background. I also added a second offset to this project to give the image a bit more dimension, and you'll see that when we do the assembly. So all we're going to do is just select both the original design and the offset, and click offset again to get a second offset, and just follow the same steps. So here is my design, and we are ready to cut, but just keep in mind, as you'll see on my matte screen in a second, that if you do add offsets to print then cut images, you will need to flatten the offset along with the image so that they become one cut. And you could also use attach to do this. So once everything's all set, I should have two pieces to cut out. This one is going to print, and this one will just cut from cardstock. I am using 3 different colors of cardstock for this project, and you'll see in a minute that I ended up reprinting this because it did not fit in the shadow box that I will also show you. But if you have never done a print then cut project, those black lines in the corners are just registration marks that the Cricut uses to sense the cutting area. And you'll see the machine has a light that just scans over just to make sure it's in the right place while it's cutting. So I printed this on the white cardstock, and then I cut the extra offset out of blue cardstock. And I just love how that makes the colors pop on the white background. Now, this Shadowbox is a file from creativefabrica.com, and I will link to it below. This is for a 5x7 Shadowbox frame, but I did increase the size slightly, and these are all the pieces that are scored and cut out. I did go ahead and fold 2 of the sides to show you how they connect at the corners. And I'll show you how I folded just one of the sides so that you can see how it comes together. But let me know if you want a more detailed tutorial on making Shadowbox frames, and I can work on that for you. So basically, you're just going to fold along all the score lines, and they're all going to fold inwards to create a little or a long rectangle. So once the piece is folded, which you'll see in just a second, the longer edge will be on the outside edge of the center square, meaning it'll attach to that center square with that longer edge. And I glued my outside edges to the back of the square, but you could probably glue it to the front and it wouldn't really make any difference because that's not going to show. So here is a sped up assembly, but feel free to slow the video speed if you need to see detailed process. Now the only change I would make is waiting to glue that inner edge of each side until all the outer edges are attached. And I try to show you, but because the cardstock is black, you can't really see. But because I glued that down first, it created a little gap at the corner because I pushed it back a little too far. So here is my Shadowbox frame all assembled, and I try to show you that gap, but it's really not showing up. So to finish this project, I added some dimension using foam tape to give each layer a little lift and separation. And if I were to go back, I'd probably do 2 layers of tape just to give it a little more lift. But I did the foam tape on the blue outline and then again for the top piece, so there is a gap between each one, which you'll see in just a second. So I think this turned out really cute. Let me know what you think in the comments, and this is gonna go perfect in my son's gaming themed room. This next project also uses a creativefabrica.com image. I will have a link in the description for this and this promotion that they're having through the end of October. I am an affiliate, but it doesn't cost you any extra if you use my link. So for this project, I changed the operation to draw, but I want it to draw in multiple colors, so we're going to contour to make this a multi-layer design. So I start by clicking contour and hide all contours, which leaves just the main outline. Then I select the pen or marker that I want to use, and so that first outline is going to be black. Then to add another layer, we just duplicate the image. But before contouring, like I did, just go ahead and align it here so that each layer is right on top of the other before you hit contour, so that everything stays in the right place. But once you hit contour for the next layer, click on Show All Contours, then click to remove any pieces you don't want, or click Hide All Contours again and only click on the pieces that you do want to show up. Hoping that's all making sense visually. So once we have that next layer, we go ahead and select the pen color again to change it to whatever color we want. And then we're just going to duplicate again and repeat that whole process for as many colors as you want. Now it will get a little tricky depending on how your image is outlined, but you can definitely make this work with different one-layer designs. So I did 4 colors for mine, and then once we're all done, we're going to select the whole thing, all the layers, and click Attach. Now once we're ready to make it and we're on the matte screen, if you want the image in landscape, you'll have to turn it like I did according to the size of your paper and go ahead and place it where you need to. Now I used this poster board from Dollar Tree, which is 11 by 14 inches. And I went ahead and used the white one for the design to draw on. And this is the easy part. Just follow the prompts on your Cricut Design Space screen to change out the pen for each color, and the machine does all the work. Now here is my finished drawing, and the colors are really not coming across on screen, but they will in a second. But I also cut out a mat for this using the black poster board, and I put it all together in a frame, and this makes just a cute little fall display. Now here is a better view of the color, and let me know, would you make this in color or just black and white? Check out these videos next for more Cricut paper craft ideas. See you in the next one.